Good morning. I'd like to welcome everyone for being here today since the school year is about to kick off. My name's Mark Dietz. I'm your new principal this year, and I'm really excited to be joining your team. I've heard great things about you guys. Um, Today we're going to go over a concept that we're going to start implementing this year in the district. It's called backward design, and it's basically beginning at the end. Some of you are probably saying, well, what in the heck is backward design? Backward design begins with what TEKs are going to be covered. And since we're talking about math today, we are going to cover the TEKs for the 6th grade math, and we have them on the PowerPoint for you to see. I'll give you a couple seconds to write those down. Okay, backward design, to kind of get in your head what it entails is, let's start off with a hamburger. I know this is kind of cruel to do before lunch, but we'll get you out of here on time. Okay, so we start with the hamburger, which is our finished product, and we want to look and see where we're going to get that meat from for our burger. Well, before it goes to the hamburger, it's got to go to the butcher. So if our last step's the hamburger, then our middle step will be the butcher. He's going to chop it up and grind it into hamburger meat. Before the butcher, we have the steer running around and looks like flying in the mountains, but that's our steer. And so we went from the ranch to the butcher to the hamburger. So our first step was, what is backward design? Our second step is we're going to develop the final assessment. So that's going to be our year-end test, or our 6 weeks test. And from there, I guess our final assessment would be our hamburger. We're going to look at developing our weekly assessments, and our weekly assessments are going to lead to the final assessment. So our weekly assessments are pretty much our butcher. Before that, then we've got our ranch with our steer, and our steer is going to be our weekly lesson plans. We want to be sure to align our weekly lesson plans with our TEKs backwards from the final assessment. So we're going to create that final assessment and then look and see which TEKs are covered on that, so we can work our lesson plans around those. We're going to make sure we modify content for students per IEP goals and 504 modifications, and any other students that need any kind of accommodations or modifications, we're going to make sure they have those. We're going to differentiate to meet the needs of all students. Prior to that point, teaching begins. Now that we've got our final assessment, we've got our weekly assessment, we've got our lesson plans figured out, then we can get back to the part that I know you guys enjoy, which is the teaching. You can be creative, you need to differentiate, check for understanding, and actively engage the students. I guess this is sort of the calf stage of our hamburger example. What you want to do is look back again. We've got our final assessments, we've got our weekly assessments, then we have our lesson plans, and then before that, it's the teaching. I'm going to use a little acronym called WHERE to help you remember this. Where are we headed? What are the students' final performance obligations? H, hook the student. Through engaging and provocative entry points, such as challenges, oddities, questions, and experiences. That's our H. Then we go on to E, which is explore. We're going to explore the subject and enable or equip the student. Support students' exploration of bigger ideas and essential questions that lead them to pursue their own hunches, test ideas, and try things out. R, rethink our work and ideas. Guide students in self-assessment and self-adjustment based on feedback and experiences. E, evaluate results. Reveal what has been understood through final performances and products. So that's our where. Where, hook, rethink. Where, hook, explore, rethink, and evaluate. So where are we headed? That's our W. Hook, our H. Explore, our E. Rethink, our R. And evaluate, our E. So that's our where. As you break for your working lunch, I'd like you guys to spend a few minutes while you're eating discussing backward design. And if anyone else has any questions, you can ask those when we head back from lunch. Thank you for your morning, and I will see you guys this afternoon.